In this video I'm going to show you my book How to House Train a Puppy, the Ultimate Guide, and I'm going to tell you everything about this book and how you can get your hands on it. Hey, my name is Robin and I'm the owner of the website puppyb.com. And I'm here to help you prepare for your puppy in the best way possible so you know exactly what to expect and to do when you have a puppy. I've written 4 puppy training books and I've written these books in cooperation with over 30 professional dog trainers. The first book I've written was this book, How to House Train a Puppy, the Ultimate Guide, and the information contained in this book is based on a comprehensive survey comprising no less than 67 questions, as well as on a series of in-depth interviews. A total of 24 professional Dutch dog trainers have completed the entire questionnaire. And their answers laid the foundation for a book that can be considered a credible source of information. And my reasons for interviewing Dutch dog experts are of course my own Dutch origins, as well as my original intentions of writing my puppy training books for a purely Dutch audience. And you can see my 4 puppy Dutch training books behind me. And as I kept receiving positive feedback from all of the readers in the Netherlands, I decided to translate my books into English, allowing a worldwide audience to learn from the tips and tricks provided by all the dog experts I have interviewed. And that is how puppyb.com was born. And you may wonder why I have written this book. Well, I was in the same situation as you are a while ago when I had my puppy, a golden retriever. I visited countless websites on puppy training, each of which provided free information about potty training, crate training, you name it. But no 2 authors gave the same advice. Somewhere along the way, I couldn't see the forest for the trees anymore, not knowing who to trust and who to ignore. I was completely frustrated and stressed. At one point, having found yet another website giving completely different advice from all the others, I quit consulting websites by these so-called dog experts and started looking for my own answers. I decided to create my own website where I would publish interviews with multiple different dog trainers and veterinarians. I called lots of dog experts and veterinarians and asked them all the questions I had. And why did they answer my questions for free, you would think? I told them they would be featured on my website as an expert, so they were more than willingly to help me out. And my website became popular very fast among new puppy owners. Everyone was looking for these expert puppy training tips. And long story short, all the interviews I published did help a lot of people, but still they were not very practical to find the information a new puppy owner was looking for. So I decided to write books about the subjects where I received the most questions about. And writing this first book required me to approach a total of 24 dog behavior experts and interview all of them. I paid all of them for the time to help me because now I was trying to create a product, a book, which I later on was planning to sell. And this means that the information in my books doesn't come from any single source, which is the usual state of affairs on most other websites. It's mostly created by one single person. And on top of that, all of these 24 persons have an education in the field of dog behavior. And due to this broad approach, you can regard the information in this book as sound and reliable. If you read How to House Train a Puppy, the Ultimate Guide, and my other puppy training books, you know exactly what to expect and to do regarding training a puppy. You don't have to wonder if your tactics are solid, because they are. All of the 24 dog experts I've interviewed for this book are trained professionals. They all have a degree in dog training in the Netherlands, following the latest dog training knowledge there is. This means we focus on positive reinforcements only. If you would like to know who the dog trainers are who helped me with this book, you can find that information on my website by going to customer service and then clicking on this link. So now I'll quickly go through the content of this book so you have a bit of an idea what you can expect if you're planning on buying the book. In the first part of the book I'll discuss the definition of being house trained. Also the speed of the house training process, where you will find the answers to how long it'll take before to become fully house trained for your puppy. And as you probably already know, there are people who claim that you can make your puppy house trained within a certain amount of days or weeks. And I'm not going to go in full detail here, but this claim is obviously false. You cannot say how long it'll take because every dog is unique. And I'll explain everything in that chapter. And in the third chapter I tell you some things I feel you should know before going any further with your puppy. That's information about bladder control, but also I give you answers to questions like should you take your puppy outside or not when he's 8 to 12 weeks old and not fully vaccinated yet. All of this will be discussed fully in this chapter. In part 2 of the book, and there are 4 parts in total, I discuss the first few days and nights with your puppy regarding potty training. In this part we talk all about where your puppy should sleep the first few days, and we talk about dog rates and what you should do when he pees inside and what you should do when he barks and squeals. Part 3 is the holy grail of this book, as also in my other 3 books. After reading this part you know exactly what to do and what to expect regarding house training your puppy. Things like what you definitely should not do will be discussed, but also the things you should do. For example, one of the chapters in this book is called What You Definitely Should Not Do. In this chapter I discuss the technique to press your pup's nose into its own urine or feces. There are still people who think that this medieval technique will work. And I'm going to be very clear on this matter in the book. It is definitely a bad decision to press your pup's nose into its own urine or feces. Same goes for shouting at your puppy. This response will make your pup afraid of you. And that's definitely the thing you don't want. And I like to keep things easy and simple, so I tell you exactly what you should do when you catch your puppy in the act of peeing inside your house. I tell you what you should do when he pees inside your home after a walk and why this happens. One of the most popular chapters of this book is chapter 6, and that's the puppy schedule. And again, I like to keep things easy and simple. I'll give you the exact timestamps when a puppy should go outside to pee and poop, when you should play with him, at what time you should feed him, and how often and when and how long a puppy should sleep. It is really a step-by-step schedule for you to follow. Furthermore, we discuss house training in apartments, using puppy pads or newspapers, getting a puppy house trained while working full-time, and how you can teach a puppy to pee and poop at your command, as this will come in handy when you're in a hurry. Part 4 is the last chapter of this book, and this chapter contains 5 chapters of the total 16 chapters in the book. In these chapters we discuss several things, such as how you can discourage peeing on the balcony or in the garden. And more things we discuss in the last part of the book are the problem that a puppy eats his own feces and why adolescent dogs can start to pee inside the house again. So there you have it, the 4 parts of my book How to House Train a Puppy, the Ultimate Guide. And I did not go through every single one of the 16 chapters of this book, but I think you'll have a pretty good idea now what you can expect of it. You can also download a free chapter of the book if you would like on my website puppyb.com. Hopefully I've made you enthusiastic about reading the full book. As you probably have already seen, the books are available on any e-reader, but I suggest you read the books on your mobile phone. I've spent lots of time to create a beautiful looking ebook which you can easily read on your smartphone or tablet. It has lots of nice images and design elements to it to enhance the quality of reading the book. You can also read the book on your MacBook or PC. And another option is to print this book yourself, of course. All of my puppy training books are available on my website puppyb.com, but you can also find the Kindle version of the books on Amazon.com. If you have any questions at all, please drop me an email at info@puppyb.com. I see you next time.